I did speak to Sarah one-on-one, and she'd said to me, I hope you four do something when I'm not here. But in that moment, I couldn't entertain that conversation.
No.
I was like trying to keep her up and like, no, we'll do, it'll be all of us.
We have some very exciting news because Girls Aloud are back! Live and on tour for 2024, and they joined us in the studio. How amazing it is.
It's so exciting.
And I guess, Cheryl, what must feel very odd for all of you is to have four of you here rather than five of you. That must be difficult.
It is.
So strange.
Very odd. I mean, we've done a few things now, obviously, in the lead up to this, and at all turns it's felt bizarre. Even up to this morning, getting dressed.
Yeah.
I mean, Sarah was always the one that would be the 10, 15 minutes late anyway. So when we're all there, you still feel like you're waiting for someone else. It's very strange. The whole thing's strange, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think she would be absolutely thrilled that you were doing this, though.
She would not be thrilled right now at this moment in time.
She wouldn't be thrilled.
Why are we doing this?
Coming up, Colin! I do think of that energy every minute. I'm like, there's definitely something missing.
Yeah,
for sure.
But she definitely wouldn't have been to bed.
No.
To do breakfast radio.
Okay.
She'd have done an all-nighter for
You'd
sure.
have dragged her out. What do you miss most about her?
Everything. Just the energy, like Cheryl said. I came down this morning into the lobby and they were waiting for me, and I still, instinctively, I was like, someone's still not here yet.
Feels like
And then
that
it took
all
me
the
a
time.
second to check myself and be like, no, that's why it feels like that. And it still does feel like that all the time. She just was, you never quite knew what you were going to get with Sarah, but it was always
kept us on our toes.
impactful. Yes. It was always high, intense energy. Where's my thing? Come on, we're going to be late. Oh my God, where's the car? Can I have my lip gloss? Where's my eyelash curlers? Where's the...
But I feel like we always talk about like how much she loved Girls Aloud.
Yeah.
She loved it. Like it was just the best time ever for her. And we spoke so much about it in the few months before she passed away about how much she loved it, and she made us watch like old videos, old like things that we've done
Documentaries.
together, and we had all
she
those
did.
amazing time together. And Amanda, you're absolutely right. Like she would love that we're doing this. I think she'd be
She'd love that
almost
you're
be
doing
laughing
it
at us
for
right
her.
now.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
Like, they actually did it. Wow.
Will you be able to include her in some way when you go on tour?
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely. I mean, she's such a huge part of the music, such a huge part of the visual, such a huge part of everything that made Girls Aloud what it is. So this is so different as a such a different experience. It's such a different thing. So as much as we can bring in Sarah, and much as we can keep her, her energy and her everything that she had brought alive,
But
the better.
Amanda makes a good point. Well, how are you going to deal with her vocal parts? How's that going to work?
They will remain the same. Her vocal parts are big parts like Walking Primrose. She is the actual Walking Primrose. And Take a Walk on the Wild Side. She's got some huge, big, iconic Sarah bits, and they'll
Those
be
bits we just
Sarah's
put in
bits.
there. It's just-
Because you can't. Why would we? They're so good.
Yeah.
And the show is a celebration of her, right, Cheryl? That's why you're doing it.
We actually got together like before Sarah's diagnosis. We obviously knew for many years that the 20-year mark was approaching.
Yeah.
So there had been, mild conversations, and then about a year before Sarah's diagnosis, we all spoke together. Sarah was on board, and then unfortunately, the diagnosis was dire, and we put everything to the side. It was just impossible at that time.
Yeah.
But I did speak to Sarah one-on-one, and at one point, this was in the later stages when she was really poorly, though, and she'd said to me, I hope you four do something when I'm not here. But in that moment, I couldn't entertain that conversation.
No.
I
didn't
was
feel
like
right.
trying to keep her up and like, no, we'll do, it'll be all of us.
Well, listen, tickets go on pre-sale Wednesday, the 29th of November at 9 a.m. I think it's important to make that point.
Are you nervous or are you excited?
No.
No, it's too far
Excited.
away. There's too much to do between now and then. If you imagine we started to get nervous now about May and June next year.
I'm thinking
so
of like
much to do.
dance routines and things because it takes me as I get older, it takes me ages to learn anything.
But you know what? That was
I
always
may need an extra week or two.
that was always our favourite element of what we did, was creating this like magical show to surprise and shock the fans.
Yeah.
So for us, it's like
It's where we feel
just
most
can't wait to
comfortable,
get
for sure.
That's
back
good.
out there.
That's good.
Now, presumably, your kids haven't... has Bear
yes.
seen you perform on stage?
No, actually, funny enough, they played Tangled Up tour recently on the telly.
Right.
We were all in the group chat, like texting each other. Whoa, I forgot this, or that's mad, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Don't let
And
me
he
do
was
this
lying
again.
next to me, like he was completely
Oh my
shocked.
gosh, Mummy.
When obviously, Auntie, these lot were in it as well, which is confusing for him.
Yeah.
He's like, what is Nicola doing? Why is Kimberly? And then he went, Mummy, I mean, why all the nakedness?
Oh, that's an awkward one.
And I nearly died. I was like, I don't really know. It was quite hot on that stand.
Yeah, but it is
Exactly,
actually
that's
the truth, though. It's so hot and the quick changes are so quick. You don't have time for clothes.
And look, I'm so glad that I had my backside out then because, we all looked great. So let's be honest about it. Like, it's a good memory. You look back and like, wow, we look amazing.
great.
We actually should have wore less.
But the kids are going to think you're like superheroes.
Mild.
Do you know what I mean? They're going to be, oh my God, that's
They're going to be
Mom.
in the wings. They have to be in the wings when you're in London.
Yeah, my oldest is extremely excited. Like, I told him obviously to listen this morning, and he was like, "So then, once it's said, I can tell my friends, yeah?" I'm like, "Yes, today's the day, Bobs. Go and tell them all."
I love him.
Oh, this
Meg
is
still
a
hasn't
good
got a
day for
clue.
him.
Bear still has not one stitch of a
I
clue.
know you didn't even tell him,
Not
no.
even till today. I'll tell him when I get home.
Yeah.
We tell
Because
him now if you like.
the entire school would have known.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, they would have known. Even if I'd have said, and it's between Mummy and Bear, he's like, oh, I remember you said we don't keep secrets.
We wish you the very best. It's
Thank
great to
you.
see you back
Thank
together.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Big thanks to Girls Aloud.